We always say that Egypt is a destination to all members of the family. In Egypt, we have many beautiful sites. Some people prefer to move into the Red Sea, for example, or the Mediterranean for recreational tourism. But also there are many people who are interested in historical sites. They like to visit Upper Egypt, Luxor, Aswan, many other sites to find out more about the ancient civilization. But also in Cairo, you have many important places to visit. Each of these places belong to a certain period of time, and when you visit this place you will learn a lot about Egypt, a lot about its history. Today we are going to bring you more about Cairo and more about the important sites, places that one can describe as a must-see site. Wait, and we'll be back right after. There are many different places in Cairo that we believe are must-see sites for those who are interested in Egyptian culture and eager to learn more about Egypt. One of the most important sites is the religious complex, a place that symbolizes how peaceful and moderate Egyptians are throughout history. Egypt has always been a place for tolerance and coexistence, as it has always embraced all different faiths throughout its history. The evidence that shows that Egypt is a place for tolerance is the presence of many places of worship for Islam, Christianity, and Judaism in different places around the country. But the interesting thing is that many of them are gathered in one place, in this religious complex. The religious complex is located in Cairo, specifically in the area of Old Cairo, near the ancient fortress of Babylon, and includes the Mosque of Amr ibn al-As, the Hanging Church, the Jewish Temple of Ben Ezra, and several other churches, including the Church and Cave of Mary Girgis, the Church of the Virgin Mary, the Holy Cave, the Holy Well, and the Monastery of the Girl Sisters, and also the Church of St. Barbara. The religious complex is crowded with religious tourism and is a great destination for tourists from all countries, as it includes the most important places of worship for the three monotheistic religions: Islam, Christianity, and Judaism.
find out together what is inside this sacred area, as we call it Al-Fustat as well. Fustat is Egypt's first Islamic capital founded by General Amr ibn al-As. The city got its name from the word Fustat, meaning tent, after the camp set up by the army of Amr ibn al-As. Al-Fustat's very first building was the Mosque of Amr ibn al-As, which is also known as Al-Atiq, the Old Mosque, as it was built on the site of the tent in which most of the companions of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, gathered. It was built in the year 21 AH, and it is the second mosque built in Egypt and the largest and oldest mosque in Africa, and the fourth mosque built in Islam after the Quba Mosque and the Mosque of the Prophet Muhammad in Medina and the Grand Mosque in Mecca. The mosque walls were built with mud bricks. Its floor was spread with gravel, its roof was made of plaster, and its columns were taken from the trunks of palm trees. And then through years, the materials of its construction were changed, where you will see its ceilings was raised and the palm tree trunks were replaced by marble columns, and its walls were decorated. A beautiful place to visit, one of the most really interesting mosques in the world. One of the most remarkable facts about that mosque that it was not only a place for prayer, but also a very important kind of university 600 years before the foundation of Al-Azhar Mosque in Cairo. It was the place where religious lectures were held. One of the most religious professors and imams who taught in this mosque was Muhammad ibn Idris al-Shafi'i. In the same area, there is the Coptic Museum, located in Old Cairo inside the Babylon fortress. It was built by the late Marcus Semeka Pasha in 1910. The museum was built to collect the necessary material to study the history of Christianity in Egypt. The museum contains about 16,000 buildings, and they were arranged according to their genres into 12 sections. Once you enter the museum, you will see the old wing of the museum that includes a group of wooden furniture and inlaid doors, and in the new wing, there are different types, styles, and themes, such as geometric designs and grape leaves friezes decorated with rabbits, peacocks, birds, and rural activities. And still in the same area, the fortress of Babylon, which is located next to the Coptic Museum. It was built in the Roman era as one of the greatest forts, witnessing the Roman civilization that was constructed in Egypt. It was built in the place where the city of Fustat was built, and which is now the city of Cairo. The fort was also of great importance in the Islamic era during the conquest of Egypt by Amr ibn al-As, and it had an important strategic location in the heart of Egypt. The Babylon fortress was built in the 6th century BC. Here, just as we can see, it is one of the most important sites, the Hanging Church. the most important attractions in Cairo, built over the Roman fortress of Babylon at a height of 13 meters above the ground, and that made it the highest building in the area, and that is why we call it the Hanging Church. It is one of the oldest churches built in Egypt. It was built in the 5th century AD. It contains 120 icons spread on its walls, and inside it contains another church, which is the Church of St. Mark's. Of course, this is not the only church in the area. There is the Abi Serja Church. This is another church located in the religious complex. Was known as the Church of the Cave, and the two martyrs, Sergius and Watchus, two soldiers in the Roman army who were persecuted and killed in order to defend their Christian faith. As we mentioned in the very beginning, in this area we have many different places. We are talking about Islamic sites, Christianity sites, and also Judaism. Ben Ezra Jewish Temple, one of the oldest Jewish temples in Cairo, where it is believed that the basket in which Prophet Moses was placed when he was a baby and it is also said that it is where Moses stood praying to God when the plague reached Egypt. and again moving in the same area, just to stop by the Church of St. Barbara, which was founded in the 5th century AD and is dedicated to St. Barbara, the beautiful young maiden which was said to have been born in the early 3rd century AD, who was locked away by her intolerant father. The design of the Church of St. Barbara is in the original Orthodox style, and it has a nave and 2 wings separated from the courtyard by 10 columns on each side, then 2 on the western side in front of the entrance, and above these marble columns are crowns as in other churches. Many people from around the world visit the religious complex to explore the variety of different religions that coexisted in Egypt at different times in history, and also to see the locations where many important historical and religious events took place. It is a great experience to visit all of these amazing landmarks grouped in one place, the religious complex in Old Cairo.
Well, that was all for today. Thank you all for joining us. Remember, join us again next week, same time, and more about Egypt. Till then, thank you for joining us, and bye.